What's going on, everybody? We're going to get this call started at 11:03 Eastern, so 8:03 Pacific. So let's give everybody a couple more minutes to hop on the call. Shoot out the link to a couple more people, and let's get them on here. We're going to start this thing in 3 minutes, everybody. We're going to get this thing kicked off in 1 minute, everybody. We're going to get it started in 1 minute. We're getting this thing started in about 45 seconds, everybody. We are starting in 30 seconds. I know some people are having trouble getting on. Alrighty, we're going to get this call kicked off. It's 11:03 Eastern. So welcome to the Alliance training call. Today is Wednesday, January 21st. My name is Mike Sotero. I'm an executive leader down here in South Florida. Really excited about this Alliance movement. I think we've created a platform that we can give anybody, whether they've been in the industry before or they're brand new to network marketing, a platform, a vehicle that they can take and, maybe they want to lose some weight or maybe they want to gain some weight. Maybe they want the fitness side, or maybe they want to create some extra income. So you guys are tuning in from all over. Definitely, I appreciate everybody coming on. And I'm going to kind of jump into it, right away, right now. The first thing I want to talk about, is I think the reason why people don't get involved or they join and then they quit, you ever had somebody join your business and they quit like the next day, is because people simply aren't educated. And I think that we're in a business of educating people. And when people are educated and they understand, that's when they get started. Your parents or your teachers or your friends, they tell you that, it's a scam, it's all this stuff. They give you all these objections because they're simply just not educated. They just don't know this information. So I heard this one quote goes, you have to observe the masses, you have to do the complete opposite. Do the complete opposite of what everybody else is doing. Everybody's going left, you go right. Everybody's listening to music in their car, you listen to Jim Rohn, So observe the masses and do something different. And, really quick, I want to talk about linear versus leverage income. Some people on the call might know this, some people might not, but I think it's really good information for you to know. So number one, linear income. What is that? Linear income, you hear Brad Alkatzen talk about it all the time in his story. It's trading time, you're trading time for money. Time for money. You work 40 hours, you get paid based on those 40 hours. On the other hand, there's something called leverage income, and that's where you have the opportunity, with Vemma and with the Alliance to earn. Leverage income is where you can leverage a product, you can leverage people, you can leverage a company, and you can leverage the Alliance and the Alliance's story and mission to go out there and create, a very, very large income or a very, very part-time income, whatever you're looking for. And I'm going to get into the different types of incomes that you can earn with this vehicle soon. So, I realized that, a paycheck, all a paycheck means is all you're worth. Nobody on this call, this is not to offend anybody that works a job, that goes to school. This is real facts. That's what's happening right now throughout the world, because this is what's happening. The world wants us to buy a story that isn't real. The world is trying to make us buy this story where you have to do certain things. You don't have to do anything. Do them because you want to do them. If you're not passionate about something, quit it right now. If you love something and you haven't pursued it, go do it right now. Whether it's, music, or maybe it might be this business. You have so much passion for it, but you've been sitting on the sideline these past year, the past 3 months, the past week. Go for it right now. This is the time right now to go out there and make it happen. So, and I was doing some research and I realized that, yeah, a lot of my friends have been saying, oh, I'm getting a 6-figure job out of college. If that's true, so let's say that is true, after taxes, they make like $60,000 to $65,000 a year. So therefore it's not true. There's no such thing out there as, complete, security. And I've seen my mom's friends who have been police officers for 10, 15 years get laid off like that. Show up to work one late, they're not getting any more paychecks. They have families of 4, 5, 6 kids, and their income gets completely cut off because, one bad day at work. So guys, just keep that in mind. Which one do you want to work for? I encourage everybody in this business, in the Alliance, to do this part-time until you're executive or presidential even, where you have that extra income that's doubling your job income right now. So keep that in mind. And I want to tell you guys a statistic. Write this down. 95% of people at the age of 65 are dead, or they're dead broke. So let's do the math on that. Let's take 100 people over here. Out of 100 people, 1 will be wealthy. Cool. 4 will be financially independent. They're paying the bills. They get the job done, and 95 will be completely broke. I'll say that again. Let's take a group of 100 people, 100 people right here. 1 will be wealthy. That's what you got to decide if you want to be that person. 4 will be financially independent. They can pay the bills. 95 will be completely broke. They'll be in debt. And, it's not the life that, I don't want to live. And I hope you don't want to live that either. That's why you're on this call tonight. So understand that people die at 25 and they get buried at 75. That's what's happening right now. A lot of my friends that said this wouldn't work, Vemma is not going to last, it's going to get shut down right after I joined, they're just people that just gave up on their dreams, and they've just been programmed since they were young. If you guys have tuned in the past couple of calls with Adam Wenig, Star Ambassador, you guys have heard about the programming, how that's so important, where you literally have been programmed your entire life. You don't even know it. I'm programmed to do certain things that maybe you're not programmed to. It's all about how we were raised and how we were born and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. And, when you do work for somebody else, and if that's your decision, that's your decision. But I know this is true. They buy you at wholesale and they sell you at retail. You make $10 an hour while the guy above you or the owner makes like $10,000 an hour. And that's reality, guys. This call is to educate you. It's not to put you down or offend anybody that's working a job right now. It's just to educate everybody, so everybody's on the same page. The goal for the Alliance is to go out there and help people get better physically and financially. If you want to work to your 70 and build Vemma to your 70, that's completely fine. That's up to you. But this is just to make sure everybody understands the difference between a linear income, time for money, and a leveraged or vertical income that you can put 5 hours this week or 20 hours this week, and you can get paid, and the income can go up and continue to go up, continue to go up, continue to go up, as long as you're putting the time and effort into this business. But you do it once, you get paid for it for the rest of your life. Next thing I want to talk about is, there's 3 options when you're building this business. There's 3 options. I got this information from a guy named Randy Gage. He's a top 50 earner in network marketing. So he talks about number 1 is being a preferred list. So it's a preferred list, number 1. Number 2 is a small business. And number 3 is a big business. And he goes into these 3 things. So number 1, a preferred list. He goes, basically, they're just customers. People just want to drink the product. Basically, that means a customer. And here's the example he uses. You can be a customer, Pat, and guess what? You're going to have your own customer service hotline. You need help getting some product ordered? Guess what? Call me, and me and you can 3-way call. We'll call the Vemma Elite service. We'll get on the phone with Vemma. We'll get your product ordered. You're going to have people that are going to be able, on the spot, answer your phone calls, help you with anything you need, because you're a customer, and we want to help our customers. Number 2, a small business. And he says a small business is like $100 to like $500, a week. So like $1,000, $2,000 a month. I just want to build a small business, Mike, and I just want to get by with an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. That's fine. But decide which business you want. Or number 3, you're going to decide, I'm going to build a big, large organization in 50 countries, 50 states, and it's going to be like a 3 to like 5 year, even if it takes you 10 years or 20 years, a way to build large, wealth, a way to build wealth, money that's going to continue coming in, where you're going to have thousands of people in your business, where you're going to be speaking on stage at convention. So you have 3 options, maybe basically a preferred list or a customer, a small business or a big business. If you're on this call, I hope you're going out there and you're looking to build a big business. If not, I understand. This can be a part-time income for you for the rest of your life, but treat it like it. If you're doing part-time, so write this down, part-time in Vemma is 20 hours a week. That's about 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. If you're full-time, maybe it's 25, maybe it's 30 hours. But guess what? These hours are going to add up and they're going to compound. And they're going to turn into, the compound effect like Darren Hardy talks about, into this large result. Maybe not right now. Maybe you're new on the call and you're like, Mike, I've done 20 calls. I've put in all this work right now, but I haven't gotten paid for it. Why is that? Because this is how network marketing works. You do a lot of work now, get paid for a lot of work later on. So it's you work, then you get paid. And you've heard it over and over again from Alex Morton making all these video tips, talking about how you work, then you get paid, a job, work, get paid. But this business, you have to put a lot of work in now. You're going to get paid a lot more times later on for that work you put in right now. So, Randy Gage was also talking about the secrets to prosperity. And this goes right into the things I've been talking about. Number 1, be your own boss. With leveraged income, you can be your own boss tonight. If maybe you're somebody that's checking this out, you still haven't even gotten involved. Get involved, grab some product, be your own boss. Get a 1099. Number 2, talks about the second secret of prosperity is the power of leverage, which is what I was going over before, where all you have to do is leverage other people. I talk to my friend, but I leverage Patrick Comer's story. I leverage Chris Guzman. I leverage Adam Money. I leverage Brad Alkazen. I introduce my friend to them, and I let them share their story. Facts tell, stories tell. Stop trying to sell your friend on this orange can or the Verve Remix that you're drinking right now while you're watching this video, and start going out there and trying to go out there and share it with your friend, and go out there and have his best and have the best intentions to help him grow his business. A lot of people are running around, with their heads chopped off, saying, "I'm just going to sign this guy up, and that's it. That's it. Get the $100 fast. I'm going to sign this guy up." It doesn't work that way. Your business won't last. We've been there. We've done it. We've tried it. It didn't work. We know it works now. We have this platform. It's called the Alliance. Welcome to the Alliance, everybody. So next thing I want to go into is, what are you doing on a daily basis? Actually, before that, let me ask you this question. Last thing on the educating, the masses. If you had blank money, maybe $1 billion, $1 million, whatever you need, I want to ask you guys a question. Would you honestly, be honest tonight, would you have a different car? Would you have a different house? Would things be different in your life if you had an unlimited amount of money? You had a black card, there was X amount of money on there, billions of dollars. And if the answer is yes to those questions, yes, Mike, I would have a different car. Yes, I would have a different house. Then why aren't you acting like you can go out there and get it? Because we all have the vehicle. Vemma, this product tastes the same for me as it does for you. The Alliance, is the same partnership with Vemma that it is for me and for you. Why are some people making a lot of money in this business? Why are some people making no money and they're blaming it on the company or the products or whatever? Why do some people make excuses? It's because they're programming, like Adam was talking about the other day. Their belief system, their attitude. It's a bunch of things that are just adding up. So the message of this last part before I go into the daily day, what I'm going to talk about is if you could change your entire life right now, tonight, write it down on paper, see it, hold that image, and get that feeling inside. Tony Robbins talks about whatever you give meaning to, that's what it's going to mean to you. Give something in your life meaning. Write your journey out. Maybe in the back of the journey or somewhere in somewhere that you can see today. And that you can come to every couple of days, every month. And in 5 years, 10 years, you look back on this paper, your life might be like that if you actually put in the time and effort into this business. So next thing I want to talk about is what are you doing on a daily basis? Not just with the Alliance, not just with Vemma, but what is your daily day looking like? What time are you waking up? Are you making your bed? What are it's the little things in this business. I realized that I was waking up at 11, 12 o'clock, people would have to come and wake me up because I just couldn't get out of the bed. I realized that I had to change. And these past 3 days, 8 a.m. wake ups at the gym, home by 10:30, reading, personal developing, 12 o'clock, making calls. That's it. That's the programming I've decided I'm going to program myself to do. I'm going to do that every single day for 21 days, and that's going to be a habit. And that's going to be my paradigm. My paradigm is going to be to wake up early, hit the gym, read, start the day on fire. My old paradigm sucked. Waking up late, didn't feel like, really groggy, didn't really want to do too much. Changed the paradigm. It's really 3 days into it on the 12-week challenge, feeling amazing. So what is your daily routine looking like right now? Are you hitting the gym? Are you taking the products? There are some people in this business that don't even drink the products. Are you kidding me? Do you drink a Verve a day? Are you on the body? Are you doing the meal plan? If you're not using the products, it's going to be really hard to build this business. It's all about your testimonial. Even if you're just consuming Verve, the coffee. I tried Verve. I loved it. I have great energy. That's a testimonial. You don't even know it. So keep that in mind. 30 minutes of personal development, 30 minutes of audios. You shouldn't really be doing more than 30 to an hour of personal development a day. I heard the law of attraction. A lot of people get, The Secret and they see that. The law of attraction could be the law of distraction. If you decide to I'm just going to read and just try to attract everything into my life, it doesn't work that way. You can't sit in your house, sit on your computer, and cycles start going up. Your cycle tracker's flying through the roof. New people are joining your business. Your hot list is going crazy. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna cut it. You have to go out there and put in the rule of 4 hours a day. 1 hour talking to new people. The second hour following up and closing those people. The third hour group enrollments. The fourth hour promotions. So let's hit on the group enrollments real quick. This is what determines if you have a real residual business. And I got this from Eric Worre. 2 things. Number 1, how many people in your downline in your business right now can present the business? And number 2, how many people can train other people? I was listening to a recording of Philip Maddock actually a couple minutes ago from one of the calls he did a couple days ago. He says, if you teach somebody a list, make sure they can teach it back to you or you just wasted your time. So if I teach Pat how to invite and I don't ask him, hey, Pat, teach me how to invite back, I just wasted my entire time. So make sure when you teach somebody something, make them teach it back to you. So how many people in your business right now can present the business and train somebody else? If you want thick residual income, focus on those 2 categories. And then the fourth hour is promotions, like I was talking about. And I want everybody to write this down. All roads lead to events. All roads lead to events. What's your next event that you're going to? 31st of January, we're out here in South Florida. I know February 7th in Pleasanton, we got the team going out there. Albuquerque, New Mexico, February 7th also. San Diego, 31st. You guys know when your next events are. All roads lead to that. And then guess what all roads lead to after that? Convention. June 11th to the 14th, go register. It's $200. That's nothing. We're going to Arizona. It's going to be a phenomenal time. You're going to hear from all the YPR elites, all the elites in the alliance on stage. You're going to hear from the young pros, Powerhouse, all the top earners on stage at convention, June 11th. And this is what Eric Worre talks about. So write this down also. For every person that goes to that event in Arizona, so to the national convention, you would earn about $1,000 per person that goes to that event. So let's say last year's convention, you had 20 people at that event. You probably earned a rough estimate of around $20,000 last year. So if you want to make $100,000 in 2015, get 100 people in your team to that event June 11th. That's it. That's what we have to do. That's Eric Worre 101 right there. That's what he talks about. And on the first of each month, you got to be filling up your calendar with these events. So those are the rule of 4, an hour of new people, follow-ups, group enrollments, and promotions. And last but not least, I want to talk about your calendar because this determines whether you make it or you fake it. Are you going out there and you making money or are you acting like you're making money? Your calendar. Does everybody on this call have a daily calendar that they're filling up, that they have all their dates? This was last week. You can't even see anything. These are calls and trainings and meeting one-on-ones and going to the gym and everything, not just with the Alliance, but with my entire life in this calendar. So if you don't have a calendar, you've got to get one. Like tonight, you got to go to Walgreens or Walmart and get a calendar. Your calendar is your boss. And if you're not in front of new people, you're unemployed. That's how this business works. But guess what? if you have a calendar, you can write down, all right, I got a meeting with John at 1. I got class from 3 to 4. I got a one-on-one. I got a home event. Staying organized. If you're not organized, it's going to be really, really hard to build this business. And you'll learn the hard way. And you'll come back to me in like 6 months. Like, Mike, I was unorganized. I was stressed out. I was freaking out. Now I got a calendar. My life's a lot easier. So, and Jamie Trio was talking about at the YPR kickoff, overbook your appointments. So if you have a call at 2, schedule a call at 2:30. You have a call at 2:30, schedule a call at 3:30. Every 30 minutes, at least, you're doing a call on a call on a call. That's why you see Brad. Brad does like 8,000 minutes on his phone a month. You know, T-Mobile said, Brad, you got to get, you know, a better plan because you're killing us. So make sure you're going out there and you're overbooking your appointments, and you can diversify the difference between productivity and activity. Sitting on Facebook is being active. Get productive and fill up that calendar. And as you're filling up the calendar, you're going to just get into like a rhythm and a flow that you're going to be the momentum. Don't wait for Vima. Don't wait for more products to come out. Don't wait for the Alliance to launch a promo video. You have to be the momentum right now. You have to decide at 11:21 Eastern, right before we hop off this call, that I'm going to be the momentum going into the new RA starting on Friday. We have a lot of events starting, 31st, going into the new month. I already have in South Florida our entire year planned out. Hopefully you have yours with your big regionals and big events, and just get really, really excited. Last thing I'm going to say is going with your calendar and, your work ethic and everything. I think if you want support in this business, you just got to get around supportive people. You got to take that law of association, that definition of you are who your friends are at heart. I let go of a lot of friends, but I've gained thousands. Sometimes you have to make that sacrifice, and you might have to sacrifice time. You might have to sacrifice money. You might have to sacrifice getting uncomfortable. You might have to sacrifice some friends. But is this going to be worth it for you? That's the only question that you have to answer tonight. Is this going to be worth it for you? Because I know this is worth it. I've met Brad. I've met Tom. I've met, Holton Bugs. I've met other people in the industry that have made multiple 7 figures. But do you think this is worth it? And when you honestly believe that, let's go out there. Let's take action. Hopefully tonight I can bring some value to everybody on the call. And in closing, 2015 could be your year. It could be. But are you going to claim it? Most people already gave up on their New Year's resolutions. About 80% of them already in the first 2.5 weeks of the year. They're done. They gave up on their resolutions. They're waiting for 2016. 2016, everybody on this call can be in a black chair at convention next year, the following year, probably where the Phoenix Suns play at the U.S. Airways Center with 20,000 people. That's the vision for this company. That's the vision for the Alliance. We're going out there and we're helping people. Really believe in that. Dig deep in and get deep rooted, guys. We hit another $220 million in 2014. This company is going straight to 4, 5, 6, and then $1 billion in the very, very, very future. So you guys, right time, right place, right people. You hear it all the damn time. Ingrain that into your skull. So with that, I'm excited. 2015 is going to be the year if we decide to make it. Let's take this calendar tonight. I encourage everybody, get a calendar if you don't have one, or get your calendar right now. Fill it up. Put where all your events are. Put who you're talking to tomorrow. If you're not talking to anybody, you're unemployed. Find people to talk to. Go on Tinder. Go on Facebook. Go on MySpace. Find new people to talk to. And let's go out there and take this Alliance and make it the reason why this company goes from 200 million to $1 billion in the next 36 months. You deserve to speak on stage. But if you're not speaking on there, this next event coming up, get your butt up there in February. Get your butt up there in March, because you can do it. So with that, appreciate everybody for hopping on. Take care. Have a good night, everybody.